Hey everyone, my name's Christy. Welcome to my corner. Thank you so much for joining me today for Flosstube number 93. I almost said 43. 93. We're so close to 100. It's wild. This is going to be a short one today. I am later than normal. I actually had to finish a project before I could film. Not to show you, although I'm going to show you, I'm happy to show you, but because it is for my friend's wedding. They're getting married tomorrow and it is their wedding gift. So I needed to make sure that was finished. At least the stitching was finished before I did anything else. And then tomorrow, when I have a moment, I will fully finish that. It's just going to go into a hoop. So I'll show you that. I do have some other whips. And I don't know why I said it like that. Like, yes, I have other whips, works in progress. And I think that's it. I want to talk about stitch along a little bit, the stitch stitching, but I'll talk about that when I talk about my whip. Anyway, that's what we're going to talk about today. But before we get to any of that, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me on my crafty and artistic adventures. And welcome back to everyone who's been hanging out with me for however long you've been with me. It's been great to get to know you in the comments here on YouTube and also on Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, you can find me on two places. I will put them right here. The first one is Dr._Christy, and that is my more active Instagram page where I post pictures of my stitching and my walks and my dog and my life and whatever. And then the other one is the Spoolery, and that's where I post sporadically my love of vintage wooden spools. When I kind of do things with vintage wooden spools, I post it there. This is a channel about embroidery and cross stitch and other textile crafts and history and the history of all of those things. So if any of that is interesting to you and you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you stick around. I forgot, I am also going to have a giveaway today because I am in the final stages of the 2023 Temperature Library. So this Temperature Library 3. It is a bookshelf pattern. I have 1 and 2 out if you're interested. And a little sneak peek. I'm still working on some knickknacks because I do like having some brand new, never before seen knickknacks on the shelf. So January, February, and March are finished. I'll put a picture up here. Some other places are finished too, but those three months, all the books are picked out and the knickknacks are picked as well. So you may recognize the Chinese lantern in January from the Chaos Birds, from the Temperature Birds piece. I thought that it would be nice to put it in both. The Dino is from the Knickknack Expansion Pack 2, and I just added a heart for Valentine's Day. And in March, you have a brand new knickknack, which is a Roman column in honor of the Ides of March, which was when Julius Caesar was murdered in Rome in 45 BCE. Now, I am a history professor, so I always do include something historical, a historical knickknack of some kind in every bookshelf. So Temperature Library 2 had a Greek black and red pottery in it. And then Temperature Library 1 had a Viking ship in it. So I'm a medieval historian and I teach, the majority of my teaching is European history. So it's ancient through early modern history. So that's going to be what I'm going to focus on for my, knickknacks. Anyway, I intend to have it done by my next Flosstube. So I intend to have it released by November 1st. I'm a little bit late just because of work. I wanted to have it done in the middle of October, but it'll be released on October 1st, which is after my next Flosstube, which will be next weekend. So I would like to give a copy away to one of you. If you want to win the Temperature Library 3, just put the word IDES, I-D-E-S. I'll put it right here for the Ides of March. And fun fact, so the Ides of March are on March 15th, but most Ides are not on the 15th. So the Ides, and I'm sure I talked about this before, if I can find a video where I talk about calendars, and I think I have, I'll put it up here, but the Ides are only the 15th in March, May, July, and October. In every other month, the Ides are on the 13th. So like the Ides of April are on the 13th. So just heads up on that. If anyone says, oh, it's the Ides of the Ides of November on the 15th. That's not true. My mom had this problem for a while, and I would have to be like, no, Mom, it's not the Ides. So that's why the little column is in there. And if you're interested in after that, I honestly just I'm cutting out a big old explanation where I'm like talking circularly around dates and stuff. So you're welcome that that's getting cut out. Just put, if you want to win a digital copy of the Temperature Library 3, put in Ides in the comment down below. In the comments down below, I'll do a YouTube random comment picker on my next, during my next Flosstube, which will be next week and at some point. And, oh, you have to please be 18 so you can give me your email address. Please be a subscriber. Please like and comment, and don't use any like giveaway words like free or giveaway or anything like that, because I want someone who's going to stitch it to get it. And yeah, so that's my giveaway. If you're interested, Ides, I-D-E-S. Let's talk about my finish. So this is the reason I had to film this so late. My friends are getting married tomorrow, and well, my friend is getting married tomorrow. I haven't met her partner. She has been away for, she was away for over a year. She was doing a master's degree in Scotland. No, she was gone for about a year because she couldn't come to my wedding because she had to quarantine before flying. So she did a master's degree in Scotland. So I've only seen her sporadically for the past year. So I haven't met this person. And then I think they're moving to Portland. I don't know. But anyway, I embroidered a wedding piece for her. So this is an early modern print of a ring with two hands clasped, right? And in the original, it says in Latin, what God has joined, no one can, unjoin, can separate. So I think that it's just a really, and I don't know that they're religious, so I didn't want to keep the religious sentiment, but I do love the two rings holding hands and that kind of thing. So I kind of want to go through this real quick and just talk about what I've done. The rings themselves are a whipped back stitch to get a nice clean line. All of these words and the hands, so the names, the date, and the hands are split stitch. And then the name, well, at first I had outlined it in a back stitch. It wasn't, I don't know, it was like really, I don't even know how to describe it, because you could see it. It wasn't like that you couldn't see it, but it wasn't bold enough. So what I ended up doing was just doing some seed beads. And what I do when I seed bead like this is I just use the couching stitch. So I put the seed beads on a thread, and then I couch it down and then plunge it in and then come up again when I have to. So that's how I did that. And it's a pretty quick way to do beading. If you just have lines of beads, don't sew in every one. And I'll show you the back so you can kind of see, I think, that it's just couched. I have two pieces of thread going at a time, and I'm couching the beaded thread down. Now you can always couch and bead with the same thread and kind of just travel back, but this worked better for me. So I had two needles and two threads going at the same time. But that is my finished object, and I'm debating putting a little like floral swoosh at the top, but I don't think I'm gonna have time. They had cute little floral swooshes on their invitations, and that's why I chose this. So their invitation was gray and the letters were white, but I kind of like the off-white instead of like a stark white, just to make it a little bit warmer. So that's my finish, and I'm really pleased with it. I'll put my initials on it. I will wet block it, and I don't want to iron it because of the beads. And I used a chalk pencil, so it does have chalk in it. So I want to make sure that I get the chalk out, and that is, nice and clean and crisp. And then I will block it. And then tomorrow I will fully finish it. It's just going to go in a hoop, and it's going to go in a natural hoop, an 8-inch hoop. So that's my finish. I'm really pleased with it. I did one of these, a similar one for a friend of mine a couple years ago when she got married too. So I just really like that. I like that design. All right, let's talk works in progress, whips. My whip that I've been working on that is a mystery stitch along is by Stiach. It is my Stiach along. And if you are offended easily, then you may not want to look at this, but it is, I'm not quite done with, the pattern dropped on Friday. I am not quite done with it. There is a C-shaped thing right here and a C-O. So it's going to say Tits Cool Taco. But it's pretty clear that this C right here is part of something else. I don't even know that it's going to end up being a letter. They're really clever with how they release the pattern. So you have no idea what is going on with the pattern. And that's really exciting. So that's what I have stitched. All of these are done for now. And the letter's done. Like I said, I just have a C, and an O. So it's going to say Tits Cool Taco. And this is part of a wider challenge. I am on a team called Sips and Stitches with a bunch of people like Jessie from Mislaid Pages, Jasmine the Knitting Nurse, Rachel Ray Crafts, Michelle Bendy Stitchy Designs, and a bunch of other people. So there are all sorts of different challenges. And if you remember, I won the first challenge with my training montage. I did not win my second challenge, but I did get an honorable mention, which is pretty cool because there are like thousands of people who are participating. So I think people are scared. People are scared of my creativity and talent in the ridiculous department. So the individual challenge for last week was to use your stitching tools in an unusual way. And so this is what I did. I used it as chopsticks, and I wanted to make it look, I hope I didn't show this to you last week. I don't think I did, but if I did, just, you know, my goal was to make it look like a foodie blogger real picture. And so that's what I did. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I think it's super cute. And then and then we had our group challenge, and we came in, I think, 15th out of 68. But 3 of our pictures made it into the PowerPoint presentation, because there's a YouTube live presentation where she kind of goes through all the stuff. And 3 of our 6 pictures made it onto that, and my picture made it onto that. So I was twice in that conversation, in the public conversation. So that's pretty exciting. I don't know what the individual challenge is yet, but the group challenge is a Halloween party where you have to dress. The theme is yourselves. So you have to kind of take the spirit of your team and dress up that way, and either be all together or we are all spread out all over the world. So we're going to have a collage. So we are Sips and Stitches, as I said. So we are drink themed, and I drink a lot of coffee, and you have seen, I drink a lot. Well, I don't drink a lot of coffee. I drink my 1 big cup of coffee, and I drink it out of the same coffee mugs, the same sort of set of coffee mugs every day, always. Those are the only coffee mugs I use, and you will have seen them a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to dress up as my coffee mug. With holding my coffee mug, and I'm hoping I can edit a picture so it looks like I'm holding me as a coffee mug. I don't know if that'll work. It may look really bad, but that's okay. I'm going to try. So that's my Stiach along progress. Oh, and I have a local stitchy friend, Carrie, who is fantastic, and we stitched our Stiach along yesterday, which was really fun. So my next work in progress is my temperature drink shelf, and I am coming along on it. I am stitching this on a 14 count navy Aida that I got out of a tube in the Called for DMC, and I'm a little bit behind. I am in October and I'm stitching October drink glasses. That's where I am. So, you know, it's further along than last time you saw it, which is a thing. It's something. And I usually do this with my mom on Sunday nights, but she has been busy either with my grandmother or on vacation. And then tonight she's busy with my nieces. So I will probably not be stitching this with her again. So I will try and get all my glasses done for next weekend. This is something I designed, and you can find it in my Etsy shop, which is linked down below, along with other temperature patterns, which I've already mentioned, my temperature patterns. And then the final work in progress is my Heaven and Earth design. And this is what it's going to look like. It is the Lady and the Unicorn. And here is where I am with a monkey. So I've been working on this area, and if I can find where I was before, I will put it up over my face. And I think that there might be a difference. I don't know. You know, the problem with Heaven and Earth designs is that you feel like you're putting in like millions of stitches, but it doesn't look any different. But then you look at your previous stitches and it does look different. So I'm filling in the tree. I've been filling in, for the most part, the dark portions of the tree. And then I'm going to start working on the lighter portions of the tree because it's a fruit tree. And so there's lots of like yellows and oranges and stuff like that. So that's where I am now. And then there's the monkey. I love this little monkey guy. Look at him. How cute is the monkey? Monkey. Tiny monkey. This is stitched on a 20 count ivory Aida 2/1 in the Called for DMC. And like I said, it's by Heaven and Earth Design. My goal for this is 5.5 or 6 years. So I'm trying to stitch 125 stitches a day on average. I don't always do it. And I am behind. I'm probably about a month behind. I started this on my birthday in December. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. And in fact, I have my stitchy journal here, so I can see where I'm at about, I think I'm at 13, almost 13.75%, and I'm over 31,000 stitches. So let's see where I want to be. I have it in here. I'm sorry, this is going to take a while. Okay, so at the end of October, which is where we are, I want to be at 38,000 stitches. So I'm a month and a half, almost 2 months behind. That's where I want to be at the end of October. That's a bummer. I didn't think I was that far behind. Yeah, at the end of August, I wanted to be at 30. So I'm basically like a third of the way through my August stitching. Wah, wah. I have not been using my stitchy journal. I find that I'm just not a journaler. I want to be a journaler, and I try to be a journaler, and I'm just not. So my journal is mostly at this point just a place for me to write down ideas. So I want to talk about that real quick. Because, and I think that I can just have a notebook. I could just, next year I'm just going to have a notebook to write down my ideas. But what I've been working on, this is kind of plans, is Flossmas ideas. So I have never done Flossmas before. And for those of you who don't know, Flossmas is it's a thing that like Flosstubers do, that some Flosstubers do in December, where they film a shorter video every day. And they open up an advent calendar thing, and they talk about their stitching, and sometimes they do giveaways, stuff like that. So I have an advent calendar from Forbidden Fiber Co. So that's exciting. I'm going to do that. But the other thing I kind of want to do is I want to make it like a experimentation. And an experimadvent. Hashtag experimadvent. That's right. That's what I was going to do. Hashtag experimadvent. And basically I want to just try out things that I haven't done before, but that I've wanted to do. So I've been making a list of things. So I'll do the goal is to work on, I pick it out of a jar. I have a jar here where I will write down all these things and I will pick it out and work on it for an hour that day. So I'll film in the morning and then, you know, work on the thing during the day and show you what I made the next day. And the reason why I feel like I can do this is because my semester ends, like graduation is December 2nd. It is the earliest I have ever ended my semester. I'm a history professor for those of you who are new and don't know. And I mean, I'm going to still be working because I'm the chair of the department. And so I'm still going to have a lot of admin work to do, but my classes are going to be over and my classes are half my time. So I'm hoping that that'll give me time to like experiment with things. But just to give you an idea, I found these shells when I went to visit, when I went on vacation with some friends to the Jersey Shore. That have holes in them, natural holes in them. I want to like embroider things through them or embroider them onto things. I want to try a fabric collage, embroidering botanicals on paper, playing around with cyanotype some more and needle felting. So I have a list of things, and whenever I think of something, I write it on my list, and then I'll like have fun experiments to do for Experimadvent in January. So that's super exciting. Very exciting. So that's why I brought this with me to talk about that. And that is everything. Like I said, it's a short one and I'm even editing out some stuff. I feel like I probably have more to talk about, but I need to get this edited and up, and then I have to like, I don't know, do other work. I have grading to do. Let's just face it. I have so much grading to do, and I need to work on that, my wedding stitch, and make sure that that is ready to go so that I can block it and work on that tomorrow. So anyway, yeah, that's it from me. Thank you so much for joining me. I do plan on having the finale of the Embroidery 101 series out on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, possibly Thursday, depending on how my week goes, where we're going to turn our embroidery into an actual needle book together. It's going to be completely hand stitched, and I'm really excited. I also have a couple other Christmas craft, like Christmas decoration craft videos that are like so they're simple, that anyone can do, that I really am excited about doing and I want to show to you. So that you have that to look forward to as well, if you're, you know, looking forward to all these videos from me. I have really, really big plans for like what I want to do, and I hope I can get them all done. So thanks for watching again. Please take good care of yourselves and have a good one. Bye.